keep on hitting the rock. Drink the water. Drink the water. But he called them rebels. Drink it. Well, you got to understand this walk with Christ now. Right. He hit Christ. He didn't tell him to do that. He told him to smoke the rock. Because he said in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, that rock that followed us was who? Christ. Go ahead.
And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice. And the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also.
For that, Moses couldn't even get into the promised land. For that. Because when he hit that rock, he said, Moses, I ain't let you go because you hit that rock. Only thing you do is see it. He probably did Moses a favor then. Moses might go crazy. But anyway, I don't know. Keep going.
Verse 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. Therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them.
So evidently Moses did, well, we know Moses did something wrong. Which is, he said, talk to the rock. Moses hit it. And he couldn't get in. All that time he got there 40 years dealing with these people. He couldn't even get in there and enjoy a little of that land of milk and honey, which is in Jerusalem he gave him. Go ahead.
13. This is the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel strove with the Lord, and he was sanctified in them.
They were arguing with God, but they thought they were arguing with Moses. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 6. There's some more things about food and drink you got to understand about our people and their stomachs. Get your mind callous to this. Callous. Meaning it's in your head like a brand. Like, okay, let me remember this, so when I get out there, I won't be messing up. I'm talking about not even in the wilderness of the future, but now. That's why so many people right now cannot move out their situation because they some professional complainers. Professional. So take what you have and just work with it. Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 6. You got to be careful. And this is the time when Moses, God was talking to Moses. Go ahead.
Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him. For the Lord thy God bringeth thee into a good land.
Yes, sir.
A land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that spring out of valleys and hills.
He talking about that land of milk and honey in Jerusalem. He telling them everything on the menu. Go ahead.
A land of wheat and barley and vines, fig trees and pomegranates. A land of oil, olive, and honey.
Why you say pomegranates? Pomegranates. Go ahead.
Pomegranates.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Pomegranates.
Yeah, but it is.
A land wherein thou shalt eat bread without sacredness.
Yes, sir.
Thou shalt not like anything in it. A land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig grass.
You're doing good, brother, believe me. But the thing is, God's showing them, look, when you obey me, this is the land I'm going to take you to. But I got to take you through this little time to see if you're going to obey me. And a lot of them didn't obey him. He killed them right there. Killed them right there. Go ahead.
Verse 10. When thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Lord thy God for the good land which he has given thee.
He said, when you eat, this is the commandment. When you full, you bless God now. Don't get in your mind that, okay, man, I'm going to hold this. I ain't bringing that to the feast. I ain't doing what God said. Bring ye all the tithes in the storehouse so that we read in my house. I ain't going to do this. And I'm talking about tithe, meaning corn, oil, flocks, and herd. If you can buy something, if you can't buy, give it to a brother or sister who handle this feast, to do so. Whenever we have some type of anything, be a part of it. Contribute. He said, when you get full, help out. Give back. We don't like to give back. We like to take the go place and go home. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God in not keeping his commandment and his judgment and his statutes which I command thee this day.
Yes, sir.
Lest when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built good houses and dwell therein.
There go God, he gives them everything they want. You eating, you full, you ain't staying in that hut no more in the wilderness, or that tent no more in the wilderness. Now you got a house. Now you got food in the refrigerator. Now you got the things that you really want. He said, one thing, don't forget about it. Don't forget about it. Go ahead.
And when thy herds and thy flock multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied.
You get into the bread. Go ahead.
And all that thou hast is multiplied.
You went from making $0 a week, now you're making $300 to $400 to $500 a week. And you can't get God no money. You can't get God no money because you think, oh, next week I got to do this and do that. I ain't gonna be able to do my little thing. Make sure you understand that little thing you want to do, it comes through God's help. He helping you. He said, don't forget about him. Because you won't get your nails done, your hair did, all this stuff, get your hair cut. And you said, no, I can't do that. I'm going to come up $5 short for Jeff haircut. Jeff haircut $15. I'm putting myself into it. Brother, if you got to do that, hey, go and give God his money. Or give God whatever you're going to give him. And he'll bless you down the road. Guaranteed. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 14. Then thine heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy God, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
You know how we are. When our heart lifted up, oh, shoot, I got some money in the bank. I got a nice house. Air blowing good, heat blowing good. Shoot, I did this. Ain't giving God no credit. I did this. I had to check myself one time. I kept saying, like, hold up, boy, you finna mess yourself up. You get in that frame of mind like, hey, all this could come by me. No, come by the Father. This is how he wants us to remember this. He said, don't you forget about me, because your belly full. Go ahead.
Who led thee through that great...
What verse you at?
15. Who led thee through that great and terrible wilderness?
Yes, sir.
Wherein was fiery serpents and scorpions and drought, where there was no water, who brought thee forth water out of the rock of flint.
God said, don't you remember when I led you out the wilderness where there were snakes biting y'all? And I told you, look on the staff with the snake Moses had and you will be healed. I heal you. Don't forget about that. He told you, well, there was no water for 3 days. Don't forget about that. Because you got water all day, every day. Because you got a house all day, every day. Remember that. But you know Israel, we forget real quick when we fed. Go ahead. 16.
Who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee to do thee good at thy latter end.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of mine hand has gotten me this well.
You see what he said? My power, the might of my hand. I did this. I got this money in my hand. I pay my bill. I do all this stuff. If you start saying that all over, watch yourself start diminishing. Stuff start tearing up. Money start leaving left and right. Every time. I mean, stuff just going wrong. Because your mind is not on God. It's on your belly and what you can put in your pocket. This is what he's telling Israel. I'm going to bless you with all that, but you got to make sure you have some restraint. Know how to handle it. Okay, that's why a lot of us in the state we're in today, because if he give this to you, you'll kill yourself and you'll leave him. One or two. Either going to be a quick death or a slow death. Listen what he say here. Go ahead.
Verse 18. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
Yes, sir.
That he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day.
When the brothers and sisters give money to help this congregation of food or whatever they want to give, they remember what God done for them. And God remember him. Remember them. Understand that. Just make God remember you. Because you make some money, that don't mean it's going to be all the time like clockwork.
That's right.
You can go to work tomorrow and get fired. Like, man, what happened? God said, I told you to remember me. But you kept going on and on and on. Just put me at the bottom of the barrel like Cain did. Give God anything. And you get mad and frustrated because things ain't going right because you giving God anything. I give him my best. I give him my best. I can only speak for me. I don't know what you do. I give him my best. Because I don't want this thing to stop. I know where my power comes from. You finished that?
No, sir. You got two more verses.
Okay, go ahead.
And it shall be, if thou do at all forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods,
and the pain coming, walk after God and your job,
and serve them, and worship them, I testify against you this day, that you shall surely perish.
They come to God in your belly. He said, you serve that, you gonna perish. You gonna perish. I don't know how you gonna do it. But don't let this be you. Go ahead.
As the nations which the Lord destroyed before your face, so shall ye perish, because ye would not be obedient unto the voice of the Lord your God.
You see all those nations, how he killed Egypt with all those plagues? He killed the firstborn. He killed them through drinking water or blood. He killed them through bitter water. He killed them through fire. All this stuff. He said, don't let that be you because you didn't remember me. And he's still doing it today. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 31. Well, God had this conversation with Moses. Before Israel went into the land, he said, Moses, I'm going to tell you what these people going to do now. I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 15. That's why I fault the pastor for not going into the Old Testament and just showing what makes God happy and what pisses God off. Go into the Old Testament and show them how our ancestors messed up so we won't do the same thing and start serving our bellies. That belly God. Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 15. Let's look at the conversation God was having with Moses. Go ahead.
And the Lord appeared in the tabernacle in a pillar of a cloud. And the pillar of the cloud stood over the door of the tabernacle.
The Lord coming out and talking to Moses. Moses was the only man God talked to, face to face. That's the power right there. Only man. No, he gonna be in the kingdom. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whether they go to be among them, and will forsake me and break my covenant, which I have made with them.
God said, look at Moses, you're going to die. That means sleep with your father. You're going to die, be buried. These people that you lead out of the wilderness, they're going to go after whoring after other gods. They're going to praise them. They're going to follow them. All that I've done for them in the wilderness, they still going to go left. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day.
Kindle means started. Anger. He's going to start his anger against them. Go ahead.
Right. And I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be divided. And many evils and troubles shall befall them.
Many evils and troubles shall befall them. Why? Because they went after other gods, serving their own bellies. Go ahead.
So that they would say in that day, are not these evils come upon us, because our God is not among us?
Oh, he among you. He the one put them evils on you. Go ahead.
And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought. In that they are turned unto other gods.
What do you mean by shall hide? He shall hide his face, meaning that his eyes is not going to be on you. I forgot that verse. He said that God's eyes is always on the righteous. He always on the righteous, looking out for them. Make sure you got them heavenly angels encamped around you in Psalm 34. His eyes are there. But he said, I will hide my eyes. I'm going to let them do what they do to you, which is bring pain. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Now therefore, write you this song for you and teach it the children of Israel.
He said, write this song to you. He said, teach it to the children of Israel. Teach it. That's what we're doing today. We're doing the exact same thing as Moses did. We're teaching it to the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel.
He said, man, I told them I'm going to do this. Go ahead.
For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves, and waxed fat, then will they turn unto other gods, serve them, and provoke me, and break my covenant.
Because of their stomachs. There it is. They wax fat. Got plenty of food, got plenty of money, got plenty of housing, got plenty of water, man. We all right. We ain't got to go over there to that Sabbath day. We all right. We ain't got to bring nothing into the house of the Lord, man. We chilling. He don't need that. Moses, Aaron Joshua don't got a lot of food. They got a lot of money. God told you what to do. Honor him. Honor him when you get into the land. And that's what will happen to a lot of us in this day. You feel with that?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 32. Let's see did God go. Let's see did God do what he said he's gonna do. When he told Moses this, he was talking to him. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 9. You get to go ahead.
For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
He's a God people. Israel. When you talk about Jacob, you talk about the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
He found him in a desert land and in the waste hollow and wilderness.
Yes, sir.
He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye.
He kept him in the apple of his eye. He instructed him. That's why I tell these pastors, stop telling people this lie. Come as you are. It's an instruction. You got to know how to approach your God. If you don't know how to approach him, he will turn to be against you. He said he instructed him to keep him as the apple of his eye. So as long as we keep the instruction of God, we ain't got nothing to worry about. Don't be scared because you ain't got no more food in the refrigerator. That day, next day somebody will give you some food. Go ahead.
Amen. As an eagle stirreth up her nest, flirteth over her young,
yes, sir.
Spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, beareth them on her wings.
God said, I'm going to make sure I take you and protect you. Protect you. All he's talking about, protect you, because you are the apple of his eye once you follow his laws and statutes. Go ahead.
So the Lord alone did lead him, and there was no strange God with him.
The Lord alone did lead us. When we say Israel, we have no Christmas, no Thanksgiving, no Mother's Day, no Father's Day, no Valentine's Day, no Easter. All this stuff, those are strange God. No Women and Men Day, no Pastor Anniversary. All this stuff they come up with. No Super Sundays. That's a little hit to my brother. But go ahead.
He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the increase of the field. And he made him to suck honey out of the rock, and oil out of the flinty rock.
God said, man, once he brought Israel in the land, the children of Israel in Jerusalem, he said he made them the top of the food chain. They had it all. Everybody was looking toward them. And look at us today. Everybody looking at it like the skeletons. Because we ain't operating what we're supposed to be operating in. As a nation, I'm talking about. But we was the top of the food chain once we came out that wilderness. Exactly. Go ahead.
Butter of kine and milk of sheep, with fat of lambs and rams of the breed of Bashan, and goats, with the fat of kidneys of wheat, and thou didst drink the pure blood of the grape.
Yes, sir, we had the top of the line. Everything was good Israel had. But one thing Israel did wrong. They started serving their best. Go ahead.
But Jeshurun waxed fat.
When you talk about Jeshurun, that's another name for Israel. Waxed fat. He got full. And now he started going off what he wanted to go off of. Go ahead.
He waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxed fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook God, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
You see these people out here today? They got all this money. They got all this food. They got everything. They don't need God. They don't need him at all. Only thing they need is their money and food. And that's the same thing Israel did back then. They had the money and the food, and they went away from God. What happened? What God said? Go ahead.
They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods, with abomination, provoked they him to anger.
He said they provoked him to jealousy with strange God. So you hold a strange God union, or you having a strange God celebration that you came up with, or you follow what the world has said, you provoke him to jealousy. He can't stand it. Go ahead.
They sacrificed unto devils, not to God, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not.
He said these new gods came newly up. Tell a kid you can't get nothing for Christmas today. He feared. Me tell the Santa Claus ain't gonna bring me nothing. Shit, you tell the wrong person that they get mad. Shit, they ain't even the kid. These strange God. You don't give me enough for Valentine's Day. You don't give me enough for Christmas. You don't give me enough for Mother's Day. I had to break my mom up for that. It is Mother's Day. I said, I tell you what, I ain't give you, what I used to give you, I ain't gonna give it to you, but one time Mother's Day. No, that's all right, just keep doing what you're doing. See what I'm saying? When you put it like that, I just give it to you around that time. It won't be for Mother's Day, I'll just give you that because I want to give it to you. Stop focusing on this crap. That's all it is. New God, strange God that our ancestors didn't know. And then I'm dishonoring my mama. If I wait one day to do something for her, I'm still bad. One day, I'm gonna go all out. One day, you're gonna get it in. That's your whole year, mama. One day now.
You're right.
They ain't gonna last.
Good point. Good point.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 18. Of the rock that begot thee, thou art unmindful.